Hey, welcome back, ball fans. Thanks for joining us today. Um, Bob, we're going to discuss a little something today that we've not talked a whole lot about, but it's a subject that's near and dear to a lot of older ball fans' hearts, and that's the Lady Vols.
That's right, Tim. We're going to talk a little about them, about the current team, but also more so about uh, what the future, because every ball fan's been wanting this thing back to where it was when Pat Summitt was here, and we will going to talk a little bit about that here in a few minutes about why we think it's so bright, the future is so bright going forward, but not just to going forward, but look at where we're at right now. We just beat UConn and no Gino. I mean, there's not many coaches, Tim, that I would rather beat than Gino. I think he's right up there with the, Spurrier type guys.
Yeah, which is hard to believe when you're comparing, for the average fan, a football coach to a women's basketball
Right.
coach.
Yeah.
But Gino holds a special place in the heart of many volunteer
Yeah.
fans.
A lot of full hate and
Yeah,
dislike, I guess.
that is it. I know as a younger guy, he was, excuse the language, but he was nice.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a
Um,
prick. Yeah. He was.
he really was. As an older guy, he's probably like, he may be chilling out. I've heard that he is, but
I think losses have probably helped him get filled out a little bit.
yeah, there's some other teams that have taken the stage from UConn to a
Yeah.
degree, but that's still a top team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're
That's
still top five program in the country.
yeah, easily.
Yeah.
And he'll be a Hall of Fame coach the moment he's eligible.
Yeah.
Uh, but we'll get into the future. But I got to say, Bob, the future's arrived a lot sooner than what I thought.
Yeah.
So far to this season, we play LSU on the road today. We won't be able to get this episode out uh, due to some scheduling things on our part for
Right.
a couple of 3 days at least. But so we don't know how that goes. But this year has been seemed like a year ahead of where I
Yeah,
thought it'd be.
I mean, I was a big believer in Caldwell when we hired her, and I'll go on record and said I wasn't on the two previous coaches. I did not think those were good hires. I was much happier with the Caldwell hire personally.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Agreed.
the one thing I will say though, given that hire, the way that uh, the style of play, I was a little bit concerned that we didn't quite have the talent to match up across the board with the big time programs, and I thought we would beat some good teams, but I thought there would be some blowouts.
Yeah.
We play a South Carolina.
Not in our favor.
Yes, I thought we'd lose big against a South Carolina, possibly lose big against a UConn or LSU. So far, we've done very well with that. I mean,
Yeah, about what's it, 5 losses by a grand total of 15 points.
yeah.
Four of those schools are top 10 schools. And
So
of course,
and they just got more talent. We got to. I mean,
they do.
Cooper and Whitehorn, very talented girls. Uh, but you know, then we don't have a roster full of what South Carolina's and the Yukons and LSU's does.
Oh, we don't. And as much as anything, Kim probably don't need the highest rated players as much as she needs athletes who can shoot.
Yeah,
Um, and she's got a little bit of both coming in.
yeah. I mean, that's what we really want to focus on is the future. I mean, okay, first of
Yeah,
all,
we've seen a little bit this year, more than what we thought.
right.
But next year, her team, Bob, is going to be more aligned with her philosophy.
Well, your best player on your team by far is Cooper, who, averaging 17 points a game. You're leading shot blocker, leads team steals, leads team rebounds. I mean, she's back. She just, redshirt sophomore, so we got her for at least two, you'd think 2 more years. And then you got Ruby Whitehorn. She's back, probably your second best player. Uh, and then you got Z Spearman. She's probably one of your top five players on the team. And you got them three with a outstanding recruiting class. Now you do lose Spear
Hmm.
and probably Spencer. Um, Now, Spencer, with the whole Pavia rule, I think there's a chance that she could be back next year. Uh,
Yeah, really. Anytime in any college sports right now, when you're talking about somebody leaving you, such as well, Zakai
yeah,
and some of our men's basketball players, if they pass this 5 years to play 5 years, there's going to be a lot of people coming back that we did not expect to.
yeah. And if they can get her back, then you got probably four of your top five players coming back for next year. Then you add in when I was looking at the Lady Vols recruit class, it looked like them and LSU probably is by far the best two classes in the country next year. Some's got us one, some has got us two. But you got five girls. You got like I am not gonna try to say her first name, but Prawl, I think
I'm
they
gonna,
say her.
yeah, this is one place if you want to find how to pronounce someone's name, uh, you're going to be sorely disappointed.
Not good at that. But she's 12th ranked. I think I've seen her as low as 7th ranked
Hmm.
player in the country. Just a very athletic. I think she's like 6 foot. She can do a little bit of everything. Just a very good player. I definitely see her. And in comparison, you know, she was like somewhere around 10th. Like I said, between 7 and 12. Cooper and Whitehorn both wasn't as highly rated as say her and the
Mia Paldo.
yeah, Mia Paldo, girl that we got coming in too. I mean, so those are two even higher ranked girls. I expect, like I said, we got five girls coming in.
Well, you got the Paldo twins,
Right.
Mia and Maya.
Man, Maya, I think's the one that's, which is, I think every one of these girls can shoot three.
Hmm.
I think Maya she's probably the best 3-point shooter coming in, which we'll need because Spear and Spencer's probably our two best 3-point shooters. So there'll be a need there. But, you got the Jada Seville, Lauren Hurst, which is, I think she's 6'3". Not maybe as athletic as the other bunch.
And you wouldn't think she would be a 6'3". She's not going to run like a gazelle, but
Right.
she's athletic enough. And this team at times struggled rebounding. So,
Well, when I was looking at her stats, man, she, 6'3" girl, she can actually shoot 3.
mhm.
So she might remind me of, maybe I know this is a stretch, but as far as the men's team, maybe an Igor Milicic type player, maybe a guy who can rebound, and shoot the three and shoot from all over. She's I think a high level free throw shooter too. As she has a decent
I
stroke.
think about 80%.
Yeah.
That tells you that she can have a pretty good shooter. Yeah, with these five girls coming in, they all fit the profile of what Coach Caldwell wants.
Right.
Somebody that can press you on defense
Mm-hmm.
and can get out on the fast break and just come at you in waves.
Right.
And of course we'll have probably some transfers coming in, filling out the roster.
Right.
Um,
Man, now they do lose the players, but most of the players they lose are role model type players and
role players.
yeah, I mean they're just role players. uh, they're just players who are fitting that 10-minute, 6-minute range. Good players, but replaceable players. With more, and I think we're replacing
Right.
more talented players.
And not to take anything away from
Yeah.
what some girls have done for us this season.
Yeah.
But they're not the tip top of your roster.
Right.
Not everyone can be.
Yeah.
But they, like you said, we can bring in people to replace and fit her profile better.
Right. And you give what we got coming back, and with the freshmen, I think next year could be a very good year, and then the year after, and with that win against UConn, that that sends. I'm sure that's going to help in recruiting for the next year.
Absolutely, it's a signature win, and we may even get some more before this season's out.
Yeah, hopefully we're missing out on one today on this video with LSU.
Yeah, it'd be huge.
It'll be a tough one though.
Yeah, it will. But yeah, on the road. But yeah, this team, Bob, is definitely on a level that gives us hope of returning to the Lady Vols that we know and love.
Yeah, and going back to what I was going to say earlier. I thought we would be good this year, but maybe not as good. And one of my main reasons was the fact that she likes to play so many girls that I thought, you know, you getting that 10th best player at 11th, 12th best player out there, there's going to be a drop off,
Oh,
and that's one reason
definitely.
why I think this team going forward, uh,
Yeah, sometimes it ain't about the top of your roster. Sometimes it's kind of about the bottom of your roster.
yeah, especially when you're
Your
playing so
weakest
many
link.
players.
Yeah,
She's subbing in 5 girls
at a time.
at a
Yeah.
time. Uh, there's a lot, a
That
big
ninth and
difference.
10th girl on the
Yeah,
on
when
the
you're going
team,
against maybe a
South
South
Carolina
Carolina's,
and LSU or
yeah, high
UConn.
school All-American, there's a pretty big drop off. So I was really surprised. That's one reason why I thought there would be we would have more losses actually probably this year. But man, I tell you what, these other teams better be fearing the Vols because we're coming back.
Yeah, get us now. Um,
Yeah.
this team's definitely on a meteoric rise.
Yes.
It looks like.
We just add to the other programs we have that are playing at elite levels. I mean, with the baseball and basketball and football,
Yeah,
it's a good time
so
to be up.
many. Yeah, best time that I can remember as a Tennessee Vol fan for the entire strength of the department.
Yeah, and then you got I can't not mention when you're talking about Lady Vols, the softball team. I mean,
Hmm.
they're right there toward the very top of the country. If it wasn't for having probably the best program in the country
Yeah,
in a conference, it would help.
yeah. The addition of Oklahoma
Yeah,
has shifted the power of the softball
yeah,
field. That's for
definitely.
certain. Uh, but it's good times, guys, and we appreciate it. You join us to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Uh, give us a like, subscribe if you haven't already.
Hmm.
Share it with your friend. And biggest thing is, man, let's just enjoy this ride while we can.
That's right, because we know it. We've been on the other end of it, so enjoy it now.
Absolutely.
All
So
right.
go Big Orange.
Go Vols.